Well, it's nasty cold outside, about 10 degrees. The wind's blowing about 20 miles an hour, so it's just a terrible day to be outside. But spring is coming, so it's a great day to be inside, start planning on the garden. Hey guys, welcome back to another Slightly Rednecked video. Again, my name's Chris. If you're not familiar with this channel, I do help you to produce your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or heck, even a spare room in your house if that's the way you want to do it. And today I'm working on, like I said, planting the garden out. So going through the seeds that I have here, going through the Baker Creek seed catalog, trying to figure out what seeds I need to order for the garden this year. And I thought I'd just give you guys an update. I've had a few questions recently about what it is that I plan on growing this year. So let's just run through the list and let's talk about what it is that I do plan on growing. All right, so in no particular order, the first thing I'm going to start with is green beans, mostly because that's the first thing that comes up in the catalog as I'm flipping through. And there's a couple of green beans that I'm thinking about trying out this year. I do have some bean seeds here. Let me find them real quick. So I'll be growing them. I believe they are what are they? They're a bush bean. I don't remember where they are. There they are, contender bush. And I've grown these before. They're a great bean. They work pretty well. They do pretty well. So I'm going to grow some of those because I already have the seeds. But I'm also going to be trying some Landreth Stringless. And those are from Baker Creek, heirloom seeds. So I've got their catalog here. And that is, let's see, BN151. So that is a stringless bush bean. I prefer bush beans over pole beans. Pole beans need a support. Bush beans don't. Either one's fine. You can grow either one you want to. But I do like the bush beans themselves. And let's see what they say about this bean here. All right, so the Landreth Stringless bean. It is a bush bean. It's 55 days to maturity. It's a meaty variety that debuted in 1885. Flavorful, stringless bean, and it boasts heavy yields. The pods are a medium green in color, a little over 5 inches long, and the seeds are a rich chocolate or coffee brown. So it was noted as one of the finest pod varieties for home garden, market garden, and the canner. So that's what I plan on growing, those two different types of green beans. We're going to see how well they've done. I have done the contender bush beans before, and they've done great for me. These are, let's see, does it say the date to maturity on these? Very disease tolerant. Yeah, about 55 days to harvest as well. So we're going to see which one does better and grow both of them and see how well they do. Okay, the next thing I'm going to be growing is corn. I'm not a huge corn eater, but my family really likes corn. So I'm going to grow it for two reasons. One, for fresh. Corn on the cob in the summertime is pretty good, and that's one of the things I really like. But the other reason I'm going to be growing it is to freeze or can, so we'll have some corn during the wintertime. It's one of the few vegetables that we can get my stepson to eat, so we will be growing some corn. And this year I'm going to be trying, let's see, Bull Sweet Corn. It is CN179 at Baker Creek. It's a delicious 75-day yellow sweet corn. 7-foot stalks bearing 2 ears per stalk. The kernels are a rich golden hue and carry that old-fashioned sweet corn taste, which has nearly been lost due to corn hybrids. So one of the sweetest and best yielding corns. We're going to see how well it does in the garden this year. I have not grown this before. What I have grown before is a peaches and cream corn, and it's done moderately well for me, but I plan on planting out a pretty big section of this and seeing how well it does. So I'm going to be ordering these seeds because I do not have them. I'll put links down below for the seeds I'm going to be ordering. Okay, so for cucumber, I'm going to be growing Boston pickling cucumber, and I've grown these several times before. Let's see, at Baker Creek, they are CU105, but these actually came from Terroir Seeds, I believe, and these are seeds that I saved last year. Because these are heirloom, you can save the seeds year after year and plant them and replant them. So these are great, have worked really well for me. Best to pick them often, pick them when they're young, when they're smaller pod or smaller fruit. When they get bigger, they do tend to get a little bit on the bitter side, but a great little pickling cucumber, and that's primarily what I grow cucumbers for, is to pickle. So I will be growing some of those this year. All right, down next, something that's just kind of an oddball that I'm going to be growing this year is a birdhouse gourd. That is in Baker Creek. That is GD108. And that is, you guys are probably familiar with. I'm just going to be growing it just for something fun to grow, just to see how well it does. And those are the large gourds that you can turn into birdhouses. So you dry them out and turn into a birdhouse is what most people do with them. A couple of different uses for them, but that's really about it. It's just something fun to grow in the garden. So I'll be growing those this year as well. Okay, for the lettuce, let's see. I've got some lettuce seed here. Paris Island COS. Let's see, is that, yeah, Paris Island COS at Baker Creek. That is LT101. It is a romaine lettuce. It's done well for me before, so I'm going to be growing that again. That is an heirloom seed as well. And I'm also going to be growing some Butter Crunch lettuce. That is LT155 at Baker Creek. And let's see, I'll find the description for you there and explain what that is. Okay, that is a 65-day lettuce, a classic butterhead type that was a standard for many years. Soft, buttery textured leaves enclosed in a crisp, juicy, loose inner head of blanched, sweet-tasting leaves. Very heat-tolerant and slow to bolt. And that's probably the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to with that. It is tough to grow lettuce much into the summer here because it gets so hot outside. So a lettuce that is heat-tolerant is something that I think will be really good. And then early spring, I've got a couple of these salad mixes. This is a Rocky Top lettuce salad mix. It's a blend of different lettuces. So that'll be fun to grow early in the season. And then I've also got a European mesclun salad mix that I'll be growing early in the season. These both came from Baker Creek. Okay, let's go on to melons. What melons am I going to be growing? I don't grow a lot of melons. I do like some cantaloupe, muskmelon, some of that kind of stuff. So this year I'm going to be growing Golden Ginny. It is AML 133 at Baker Creek. And this one is an outstanding golden meated version of Ginny Lind, developed by longtime friend and late master seed saver Merle Nidens. Short vines just go wild, producing these succulent, sweet 2-pound beauties. So I'm looking forward to that. I do like some cantaloupe or muskmelon or something in that variety, and I think these will be nice to have in the garden. I don't grow a whole lot of other melons. I'm just not big on fruits and melons and some of those kinds of things, so not a big grower for me. All right, moving on to okra. I have Clemson Spineless, and let's see, I've got seeds for that here somewhere, so I won't have to be ordering those. Anyway, that's an old standard okra. Everybody's probably familiar with that one. You already know it. It is OK103 in the Baker Creek catalog or online at rareseeds.com. And it is just a kind of a standard, good heirloom okra. There's several of them to grow. I primarily grow okra to pickle it. I just love pickled okra. So that's what I'm going to be growing. I've also got some red okra seeds somewhere that somebody gave me. I may try growing some of those as well. I'm not sure which ones they are, if they're even a Baker Creek seed, if they even have them. I don't know. We'll find out. But all right, so for radishes, I do have some Cherry Bell radishes I bought from a local seed place a year or two ago. These have done well for me in the past, so I'll put some of those in the ground and grow them. But I'm going to be trying a new version this year as well. Radishes are an early crop. Grow them very early spring, and then they're done. So they come out of the garden early. But I love radishes. Nobody else seems to like them nearly as much as I do, but I love them. So I'm going to be growing Early Scarlet Globe. It is RD111 at Baker Creek. And let me find the description for you. I'll explain what I like about this one real quick. All right, this is a 22-day radish, very, very fast, grows incredibly quick. It's a classic round red radish, crisp white flesh. It's mild and tasty, and it has better warm weather tolerance than many other varieties. So I might be able to grow this a little bit later into the summer. That's kind of my plan for that. So I'll be growing that. All right, so moving on to summer squashes. Zucchini, I'll be growing Black Beauty zucchini. I believe I have seeds for that already. I won't have to order probably. That is SSQ 120 at Baker Creek. And that's a standard black, or green actually, but a standard zucchini. It's probably the one that most people are familiar with. It's a very popular one. You're going to find it in pretty much all your box stores whenever summer comes around. And I'll also be growing Crookneck Early Golden Summer Squash, which is SSQ 116, which is just kind of a standard yellow summer squash that you're used to seeing as well. Again, probably another one that you see at most of the box stores when they put their plants out for sale. All right, now on to the really exciting stuff for me anyway, and that's tomatoes. All right, so tomatoes this year, I'll be growing Mortgage Lifter Red. That is going to be my main beefsteak slicing tomato for sandwiches and fresh eating and those kinds of things, and that is TK120 at Baker Creek. Great I've grown it before plenty of times. That's my standard tomato that I really like to grow every year. Just a good all-around heirloom beefsteak tomato. I did save seeds from that last year, so I probably will not have to be buying seeds if I can find them. I'm not sure where they are. I've got to look for them. If I can't find them, I'll just order some more seeds for that. Amish paste is my second one. That is going to be my primary canning tomato. So it's a Roma type tomato, a paste type tomato, a little less seeds, more suitable for making, I mean, it's fine to eat fresh as well, but it's more suitable for making, tomato paste, sauces and canning. So that is my primary canning tomato. That is TM126 at Baker Creek Heirloom. And the other one I'm going to be growing is a Rosella. That is a cherry tomato. I've never grown this one before. This is a new one. Kind of excited about that. This is TP163 at Baker Creek. And give you a description of what this one is. Okay, so this is a, 70-day to maturity, massive trussels of pink to purple cherries with a smoky blush. The tiny cherries are a ½ inch across, contain very few seeds, superb for fresh eating, yet solid enough for cooking or for making a deep, rich red tomato paste. Superior balance of sweetness and acidity with a rich, lingering aftertaste. So fantastic. I think that's going to be a great one. I like to grow 1 or 2 cherry tomatoes because they're just so good to eat, just fresh. Just pull them off the vine and eat them. They're just fantastic to have for that reason. Don't need to grow more than like 1 or 2 because they go crazy. I mean, they produce a ton of tomato. So nice to have a cherry tomato or 2 in the garden. All right, now on to the peppers. I do have a habanero, an orange habanero. I don't know if it's the same one that Baker Creek sells. I've been growing it for years and saving seed and regrowing. So I don't know if they do have an orange habanero in here, which I think is probably the same pepper, but I'm not 100% sure. It is peach habanero, HPP 179. So it looks very similar. My habaneros look very similar to that. I don't know if they're the same pepper or not, but that's what I'll be growing for habaneros. I'm also going to be doing a jalapeno, and I've grown jalapeno for years, and I've saved the seed and regrown it for years and years and years. And then it just started, I don't know, it just kind of started going, I don't want to say bad. It just started, the jalapenos started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I wasn't getting the right traits out of them. So I'm going to be starting over with jalapeno on that. And I'm going to be trying Craig's Grande Jalapeno from Baker Creek. That is HPP 150. It's a big, fat jalapeno that's perfect for making lots of salsa. Perfect for anyone who loves jalapenos. A thick, flavorful, hot flesh. So sounds fantastic to me. I'm going to be trying that. And then also because my wife doesn't like the heat nearly as much, I'll be growing banana pepper, which is sweet bananas. Well, not spicy anyway. Wax peppers, just you're probably familiar with those. That is PP 183 at Baker Creek. And it is a classic sweet wax pepper that's been grown for generations of gardeners. Sleek tapered fruit, reaches 6 to 7 inches long, 2 inches wide, and a translucent ivory color when immature. Ripening quickly to a stunning red orange, superb pickled or stuffed in salads and more. So that's a good one. I've grown that for many years, and my wife really likes that pepper. So that's pretty much what I've come to a decision on. Let's see, did I miss anything here? Oh, I've got some parsley here I'll be putting in the herb garden. This is a Giant of Italy parsley. It's a good flat leaf parsley that does really well. This is a favorite of the black swallowtail butterflies too, or I guess they're black swallowtail butterflies. Yeah, they're a butterfly. Their caterpillars just love parsley. So I grew up partially to use for myself, but partially to feed the caterpillars, because if I don't feed them with the parsley, they eat all of my dill. And my dill that I'm growing this year is, let's see, it's what I've grown before, Ducata dill, I believe it is. Yeah, Ducat dill. So I may be ordering some additional seeds for dill. I don't know, I don't have a ton in here, but I'll be growing that in the herb garden. I've got some parsley or some basil, dark purple opal basil. This comes from Baker Creek. Let's see, packaged by Baker Creek. I don't know what the actual number is for that one. And then I'm also going to be growing Genovese basil. This is one of my favorite basils. I love the green basil. Very nice. So that's going in the herb garden. Slow bolting cilantro, another Baker Creek seed. Works great. This is kind of an early crop. Cilantro doesn't really like the heat, so I'll have to get that in pretty early. And I think that's pretty much it so far, what I've got picked out. Now, here's my question to you guys. I actually have quite a bit of room left in my garden. So what is it that you plan on growing in your garden? Or what do you have suggestions for me to grow in mine? Keep in mind, there are some things that I just do not like that would probably be standards in most people's garden. Arugula, don't like arugula. I'm not going to grow that. I'm not real big on most of the salad greens. I might do some spinach. I do like spinach. But I've got plenty of room left. So what else should I grow? Let me know. Give me some suggestions below on what are some of your favorite things to grow. And you guys, I'll keep you updated as the summer comes along or as the spring comes along. We start getting some things planted and getting the garden ready to go for the summer. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, God bless.